So I wanted to make a little video about how toxic porn actually is and how detrimental it can be to your life. And this is not in any way an attempt to shame you or to tell you that you're some kind of evil person for doing this, because I've personally been a porn and hentai addict for many years, and I can talk from experience, and I want to make videos like this out of compassion because I know it helps people, just as I've been helped by reading posts on Reddit, for example, on this in the past. So it's about awareness, right? And raising awareness. Raising awareness in your life that you can do better, that you can become a better person, that you don't have to be like this and that you don't have to live like this. That being said, regarding the title of this video, like we all know, it's like a fact of life that guys want to have sex. They want girls, and it's not only because of sex. So for any women who might end up watching this or are interested in the same topics or may have a porn problem, because I think those are also on the rise, those statistics with women. Guys are not just looking for sex. They also want love, they want emotional intimacy. There are many reasons as to why guys want to have girls, but one fact of life is definitely that guys are always looking for girls. So this is very popular. Yeah, I'm smiling because it's obviously a very popular thing on the internet. I feel like there are a lot of people, a lot of guys looking for dating advice, so to say. But let me talk about one of the problems there that many people don't realize, and that is, the problem is you're using porn and you might not actually understand why that is bad, because we've always been told by mainstream society that porn is healthy and you should masturbate and masturbation is healthy and it's completely normal and blah blah blah, and like everyone does it. So it's very widespread, like the usage of porn, like almost all guys at some point are, frequent porn watchers, and some people escape and they don't watch porn like me, but a lot of people do. Just ask yourself, like, why do we constantly hear these messages that it's so normal to watch porn, yet nobody really talks about it, like directly, like it's almost like some kind of weird taboo topic while being very accepted. So maybe that tells you something is odd there. But anyway, there's so many things I could tell about porn, but I wanted to focus on highlighting 3 problems why porn makes it very hard for you to actually be successful with girls or women, whatever age you have. And these are, like I'm trying to hint at, these are things that may not be as well known as they probably should be. So before you browse the whole internet in your eternal quest to get to girls, maybe you should listen to some of these things I want to say about porn. So first, the first problem, like a lot of guys watch porn from a very young age, maybe even before they're 10. Like I'm a bit older and I started at 16, but I got like completely unrealistic expectations about sex from the start, and that is what porn is. It's one big fake world, and you're not even really realizing like how artificial these people are. They're not really like having pleasure, like it's just one weird construct to get you as hooked as possible in that virtual world and as excited as possible and wants to keep you hooked all the time. So there are guys who watch this stuff and they masturbate to it for whatever, 5 times a day. It's completely crazy. Apart from that behavior itself, what is the effect of having constant access to like a harem of an infinite amount of women, because your brain thinks these are women you're having sex with, even though you're just watching a bunch of stupid pixels on the screen. You have like an endless variety of things to look at, fantasies to explore, and what a lot of people don't know is that this has an escalating effect. So people tend to want to have like harder and harder stimulation, because that's how the brain works. Like the brain gets flooded with dopamine, and you're gonna need, like any drug, you have like an effect where you need more and more to gain the same level of excitement or the same level of escape, like mental escape essentially. I think these things are even worse when you are a consumer of hentai, because in hentai, like, you can draw anything. Literally anything can be that can be fantasized about can be drawn, and it can be made into an animation, to a video. So there are like literally no physical boundaries to what you can fab to, just to put it like that. So that ties into the second problem. If you then get a girlfriend somehow, or you have sex with a woman, how is this normal sex going to be interesting to you? Because you'll find that normal, like sex, the way people are supposed to have it, and the way it's probably the most pleasant in the end to experience. How are you going to enjoy this if your mind has been flooded for many years with totally unrealistic situations and fetishes that you shouldn't even know about in the first place? And this is all sold to us as normal. Well, it isn't normal. What is normal is to have normal, loving, or as they say in the porn world, vanilla sex with a person you like, or a person you love. And even if it's casual sex, you're never gonna act out on all these crazy things that are in either in porn or hentai that just become worse and worse as the longer you watch porn. Like maybe this doesn't is like not the case for some people. But I think most guys experience this gradual intensification, or like a worsening of what they need to even be able to feel aroused. And there are even guys with erectile dysfunctions. So I'm mentioning a lot of different topics today. I'm just touching upon a lot of things that I'm going to try to work on in other videos. But you can look any of these things up and read or watch videos about it. There's not a lot about hentai, honestly, but as for normal porn, you can find a lot of information about, for example, the effects of needing harder and harder stuff to become aroused. So, like a part of this second problem, it makes it uninteresting to you to have normal sex with a girl, with a woman. But at the same time, it makes you incredibly awkward as hell to her, because she can sense your porn vibe, and she can sense that things aren't the way, like, whatever, 60 years ago. Just the fact of being able to have sex with a woman was incredibly exciting, and now it's just like, yeah, like I could see that on the internet. Even though that's just an illusion, of course, because it's never as good as the real thing. And even this too, I think this gets even worse with hentai. The more you are detached from reality, how is this intimacy with a real person going to be interesting? And how is she going to like you? How is she not going to notice that you are not very conscious or present in the moment? So if I'm being a bit emotional sometimes with things I say, it's just because I've experienced all these things myself. So I'm not talking shit. I'm talking from experience, and I really wish more people would see this. Wish more people would understand how this affects them, and how beautiful it is once you get rid of this. Once you can actually live a life of freedom and happy feelings. So the third problem is something that is very similar to the second, but I want to look at it in a bit of a broader way. So this will be a very cold, hard truth to some people, but essentially being an addicted, perverted loser, what it comes down to, will make you very unattractive and uninteresting and unappealing to anyone. So also to women. And women tend to be quite critical about who they date. So you're essentially in a competition and you're losing the fight. So what is the solution? Drop the shit, become sober, start working on yourself, and get girls. Because if you start working on yourself, if you start developing yourself and improving yourself, you will become an interesting person, and not just to girls. You'll become an interesting person with a real future, with a real sense of pride, and the absence of this constant self-hatred and guilt because of what you see online. And that's very much the easiest answer I can get you to the age-old question, how do I get the girls? Well, stop watching porn and start working on yourself.